Hey guys, first regards with here, and I'll be talking about the best sniper build for Space Marine 2 Patch 13 for operations and hard stratagems. Now, the sniper is in a pretty strong spot at the moment. He has a great synergy with melee weapons like the Power Gladius and Arch and Edge, on top of a ton of powerful primary options. I'll be going over some of his best options for this, and what I think is his strongest option overall. So, number one, what is the best primary on the sniper class currently? In my opinion, that is the Heroic Bolt Sniper Rifle. Even though this one does struggle against Chaos a bit, if you hit every single headshot with the replenishing hit perk, you have effectively infinite ammo with a times 20 headshot multiplier. Now, the reason this is times 20 now instead of times 10 from last patch is because they did change around the body shot damage and like how headshot damage works in this game. But that being said, this gun still does a stupid amount of damage on the headshot, and it's still the best option overall if you hit every single headshot. But like, obviously not everyone can do that, so we'll give a different option in a second. But first up, for the perk tree setup here, we do start off with the perk Remote Threat first. Enemies at a distance of more than 25 meters take 20% more damage. This helps you up some breakpoints against Majoris and enemies like that, and also just ups your damage against bosses like the Neurothrope, so a really good option. It also moves into the next perk here, which is Survival Instinct. When your health is below 30%, you will deal 25% more damage. On the sniper class, if you take the perk here, Purification, to get CHP back on a camo cloak every single time, you can just like sit at a low HP value and be pretty much okay as long as you manage your camo cloak properly and have this 25% damage buff up all the time. So that's a little risky, but something you can do, and one of the reasons this perk is so strong. Next perk here is Adamantine Grip, up here into the perk Finisher Reload. After a finisher, the equipped weapon instantaneously reloads. This perk is super useful because you'll be doing a finisher on like every class in this game. And the next perk here is Unwavering Resolve. After reloading while having low ammo, damage increases by 25% for 5 seconds. This doesn't come into play all the time, but also the perk down here will pretty much never come into play because you'll be getting your full reload off of a finisher all the time anyways, so just pick this one up. Next perk here is Headhunter for 10% more headshot damage. Down here into the perk Increase Capacity. Then we go through here into the perk Strong Start for 25% more damage on the first round and magazine. So because you're reloading your shot directly into your magazine from the heroic perk effect here, replenishing hit, you are pretty much having this 25% damage buff up all the time if you maintain your shots. So a really good perk effect here, and also the one down here works the same way, but it's a little more risky because you have to have the last round in your magazine. Next perk here is Cleaving Fire, and the final perk is Recoupment. Killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Armor restore like this in Space Marine 2 is a very powerful effect. So the way you take damage in this game from ranged enemies like Devourers and even Rubric Marines is a lot of the time you will be shot after you kill the guy, and like a little wavering delay of his Devourer shots will smack your face. You'll lose HP. It feels awful, and not having any armor there, that means you're taking chip damage no matter what. So this helps you avoid chip damage by, on your kill, when you would normally trade on like some range damage, you'll have a little bit of armor to absorb that for you. And that's pretty much all there is for the Bolt Sniper Rifle. Now, other options, if you don't feel comfortable with this weapon, include stuff like the Heroic Instigator. This weapon is very powerful. It has a 5-round burst as opposed to the standard relic tier options for the Instigator Bolt Carbine, and because of that, your damage is kind of tremendous on top of the highest base firepower of any variant. So for the most part, this is just the best Instigator Carbine. I would set it up this way for like all headshot damage on the top tree, because as long as you have your Prestige perk of Versatile Precision, you really don't struggle in ammo economy too much, and Increased Capacity will also help out with that quite a bit. So we go down here into Divine Might, Increased Capacity into the perk Great Might, Recoupment again, Tactical Precision for more headshot damage. I'll be losing body shot damage, and headshot damage is really all that matters on this gun and the sniper class especially. And the final perks are Headhunter into the perk Rapid Health. So that's how we set up this one. And also I want to say one more thing. The perk effect here, Targeted Shot, the first range attack that breaks Camo Cloak deals 75% more damage. This does have a lingering effect to actually give you the full 75% buff on the first 5 rounds of a Bolt Carbine and the first 5 rounds of your Instigator Carbine. So it still takes effect there, so if you want to use that, you definitely can. Now, the other option I would talk about here is the Last Fusel. This is one of the most popular weapons in Space Marine 2's history. Pretty much all the variants are pretty good. I prefer the rate of fire personally because it just feels the best, but it does run into some ammo economy problems. Now, for the perk tree on this, I do build it with Perpetual Velocity first for a faster charge rate, into the perk Adamant Velocity, then we pick up Headhunter, Beam Amplification, going here to the perk Perpetual Velocity again, and they pick up Charging Immunity up into the perk Headhunter, and then we go through Rapid Health, or excuse me, it's just instant health. It's a little bit different because this one says when your health is below 30%, killing 3 enemies or more with one shot restores health by 5%. So basically you can like barrel stuff, cultists and stuff like that, and just get your HP back. Rapid health is on 7 kills in a session. Sorry for like the confusion there. Next perk here is Headhunter, and the final perk is Increased Capacity. Now, if you want to skip over the amplification perk here and just take Recoupment instead, you can definitely do that. Or if you want more ammo, you could also take this perk down here with Increased Capacity, or you could skip both of like this perk here and just go for the either way, you'll be fine, and the last Fusel is a very strong option. If you want like full ammo, you can just take the ammo reserve option. Just keep in mind that this gun does charge significantly lower, and that's pretty much all there is for the primary selection. Now for our secondary option, the best option on the sniper class, in my opinion, is either the standard heroic bolt pistol or like the firepower variant here. The thing is, if you're using a single shot weapon like the last Fusel or the weapon over here, the heroic bolt sniper, or even a stalker bolt rifle, being able to trigger a pattern of excellence more easily will help you out a ton, because this is like one of the best perks in the entire game. So for like a super meta build, you will be taking this all the time, and because of that, I think it's better to have the 3-round burst on the heroic bolt pistol, or just like a really rapid firing thing here like the bolt pistol with like the firepower variant. Now as far as the perk tree setup goes, I set up this way, and if you're fighting chaos and you're using things like the heroic instigator, I would say you can definitely take a heavy bolt pistol, or more importantly an inferno pistol. The Inferno pistol in patch 13 and patch 12 is very strong. It is really good for staggering the minigun terminators. It is really good for staggering the chaos spawn, and because of that, it does a ton of work for you. And for the perk tree, I just set up this way, like the full range down here into ammo capacity, and trick shot for armor regen, and extra shot in the magazine. I just take the ammo reserve option because the ammunition economy is like the best part of this gun in the first place, and the rate of fire version is okay, but the more secondary ammo you have on a sniper class, the more triggers of versatile precision you can actually get to get back your primary ammo. So a really good option there. I do want to mention this perk here does not work with the heroic bolt sniper, for anyone that's still not aware. Now for the melee selection on the sniper class, you really just have two great options, the Power Gladius and the Argent Edge Heroic Knife. So when it comes to the Argent Edge, this is your best defensive tool like all the other classes. You have the heroic perk effect here, Scathing Retort. The riposte window is shorter, but each perfect parry damages and staggers the enemy. Now instantaneously staggering a Ravener on a triple hit or a melee Terminator on a triple hit, that is super useful in this game for like any build, but especially for the sniper class, because this way you can just go for like full range damage on a build, pick up things like targeted shot, and also take things like exacting focus for 20% more range damage for 10 seconds after a gun strike, since you get gun strikes all the time on this weapon. Now the other option here is the Power Gladius, because the heroic perk effect is called Agile Strike. After a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 120% more damage and can be stacked up to 3 times. Now beyond this massive damage increase, it also has a lingering effect for 1 second after the first hit, and this will stack for like ridiculous amounts of boss damage. If you take this perk on top of things like Tactical Ambush and stuff like Melee Mastery and Adaptability, when you go into Cloak, you will do like over 500% bonus melee damage. You'll chunk like 70% of a boss's HP. It is ridiculous. This class is very good for single target damage, and this is a huge reason why. And also, the 7+ speed here is quite good for horde control. As far as how you should set this weapon up, I would pretty much set it up the same way on both of them, just for like ease of use. First, we take the perk down here, Perpetual Strength, for a 5% melee damage buff. Then I pick up the perk Kinetic Energy. Each consecutive heavy attack increases heavy attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. This one is definitely better on the Power Gladius because you have a 7+ speed, so it is easier to chain those heavies. Though I will say the Argent Edge, even with a 3+ speed, is not too bad with this. It's just better on the Power Gladius. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength over here into the perk Heavy Onslaught for 15% bonus heavy attack damage. This perk will affect the damage of your Shadow Stab down here, and Shadow Stab is the most important attack for single target damage, so definitely grab these two together for like both of these. And the next perk here is Reeling Blow up here into the perk Tide of Battle. And then I pick up the perk Shoulder Bash. This just changes your lunging attack to a shoulder bash instead of the distance stab. The recovery here feels way better. I much prefer this shoulder bash over the standard option, though I do want to say if you want to skip this perk, you can take 5% more melee damage here if you want to do that, but it is up to you. The final perk is also up to you because I take Terminus level damage because Terminus enemies, they just get nuked by this knife and really any Power Gladius build. And also you could take Extremis Slayer if you really want to, but for the most part I think this is like the best setup or a very useful setup for both of these weapons. And I would kind of avoid the relic tier options right now because at the moment they've kind of been power crept. Now for the Sniper's perk tree, I do take the perk Melee Mastery first. Melee damage increases by 20% against Majoris and higher enemies. This is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase. I would take this on both the Argent Edge and Power Gladius because it is that good, and Block Break is okay, this one's just better. Next perk here is Adaptability. Reloading while having low ammo or manually activating your Camo Cloak increases melee damage by 25% for 10 seconds. I would mainly take this on a Power Gladius. If you're taking something else, I would probably take Vantage Point or even High Capacity. Both of these are okay. I will say the damage buff from Vantage Point now for remaining stationary is pretty easy to pull off with Lingering Concealment because the Camo Cloak got buffed to have a 90-second base cooldown instead of 125 like a few patches ago, so really good for him now, and Vantage Point is actually pretty good. Next perk here is really up to the gun you're using, so Iron Grip is for both sniper rifles, Dexterous Hands is for bolt carbines, and Lethal Efficiency is for the last few souls, so if you're taking these, you just, pick depending on your gun. Next perk here is Marksmanship. Headshot damage increases by 10% for all team members. I take this for more headshot damage to hit some breakpoints, so I will say the classic combo of like Squad Renewal down here into Purification for CHP recovery is better, but Marksmanship does give you more damage, so if you're going for like pure damage on your ranged weapon, this is overall superior. Next perk here is either Targeted Shot or the perk down here, Tactical Ambush. If you're using a melee weapon like Power Gladius, you take Tactical Ambush. If you're using the Argent Edge, you take Targeted Shot, and that's pretty much all there is to it. You always skip over Guardian Protocol because this perk sucks ass, and these are really the only ones you actually need. Next perk here is Lingering Concealment. After performing an attack that breaks Camo Cloak, you remain hidden for 2 seconds. Now, because of the base cooldown of 90 on the Camo Cloak, you can actually start your cooldown very quickly and just trigger Lingering Concealment for free, basically. Super powerful perk option. And another great option for you is the Persistence perk. This gives you a 20% health damage reduction and no knockback for 10 seconds. I do kind of prefer this on a Power Gladius sometimes, but both of these are very strong, and the only one I really avoid is Ambush. The final perk I take pretty much all the time is Pattern of Excellence. Performing 3 consecutive headshots restores equipment charged by 1. The cooldown is 30 seconds. This perk is god tier. 30-second Melt-A-Bombs, Pyroblaster canisters, you name it, they will save your life. And honestly, the only downside of the Sniper class is that you don't have a ton of horde clear outside of like your equipment, and getting back 30-second Melt-A-Bombs makes that way easier. So you definitely want this perk, and that's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now for my prestige perk options, I do take Emperor's Grace first. When Camo Cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. Now invulnerability in Space Marine 2 works for damage and knockback, so because of that, this is by far the best option. Emperor's Grace is just a peak perk and allows you to just hit your Camo Cloak once and never die, basically, especially with things like Purification, so definitely pick this one up. Next perk here is Versatile Precision. Performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This is another top tier perk. It may not work with the Heroic Bolt Sniper, but every other gun on the Sniper class benefits from this, so you pretty much always take it. And the final perks I take are things like Conviction, because this makes you substantially tankier. This is a must pick in my opinion, and the final perk is kind of up to you, and you can take Exacting Focus or Indomitable Spirit. And that's pretty much all there is for the Sniper guide here. Hopefully this build guide helped you. The Sniper's in a pretty strong spot, like I said before, and the Heroic Bolt Sniper does kind of overperform, but Heroic Instigator, Bolt Carbine, and Last Fusel, they're all amazing guns, and hopefully this gives you a better idea of how you want to set them up. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. Dude, why are there so many?
The Codex demands.
Look how many warriors there are. What the fuck?
That silence.
This is not a hard strat. Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind.
Tyranid vanguard in play.
Wow. For those of you wondering who are watching the mod of this, yes, I was eating food when I was murdering these guys.
Crush the ravenous brood. Unseen strike is the surest. Pack a little more bite. Inserting rounds. Chameleon-like cloak activated. No holding. Fresh magazine. You failed that oath. Failed.
Oh my god. See, if you weren't eating food, I would have hit both of those. Even though there's nothing in my hands, guys.
Has touched death and earned. Sending frag grenade. Fresh touches. Watch your footing. We have trampled a chittering pack. Sanctified the rulers. This galaxy is the doors to the dark. Unseen strike is the surest. Hit that target section, everything we have. The Codex demands it.
This is okay. We're gonna get them.
Alien interlock flagged. We crushed the ravenous brood beneath our feet. Pack a little more bite. Rearm. Video line engaged. Reload. Keep them off guard. Video line cloak activated. You failed at oath. You failed. The Codex demands it. Unseen strike is the surest. No holding back.
Doesn't count. Hold on.
Sanctified maneuvers. Tyranid's dispatch and dismantled. Phoenix in sight. Pack a little more bite. Unseen strike is the sure foul tyranny march. Keep them off guard. We crushed the ravenous Xenos biomass on scope. Concealed and closing. Fresh magazine. The Codex demands it.
What? There's so many. We're gonna walk over here. We're not gonna break open that box.
Stay alert. Pictures used by another camera.
We're going over here because we might find like a pyroblast or cannon grenade. Would be nice. No. We found no such thing.
Launching frag grenade. The small one's back. Denied it. This galaxy is not yours. Deploying fragmentation grenade. No holding back. Unleashing frag grenade.
Alright, we're gonna go back and grab the ammo box. I'll probably be in that crate. When you're this low on ammo, it might give us a nade. We have armor. We do have armor remaining, which means it's not likely to give us an armor box or armor boost. Oh, well. They gave us. I'll be with you all in a second. No ammo crate over there, huh? Through the old-fashioned way.
Meteorite cloak activated. You failed at all. Pack a little more bite. Stop that target from riding Perk forward. Inserting round. Deploying fragmentation. Sanctify the wings. We crush the ravenous brood beneath our boots.
A lot of warrior spam, not gonna lie. Give me ammo. Alright. No. No ammo.
Bro, to my mom.
I have eyes on the guard camp. No sentries posted.
Oh, finally. You're all fucked now. It's like when Thor gets his hammer back.
That one's calling reserve force. We stopped their call for aid. Let us finish this. Keep them off guard. Skitter to the grave, Xeno. Gun beast! It must not be allowed to fire. Fleeting from sight. Codex demand. How Tyranid marked. You failed. Proceed to checkpoint. Leon. Pack a little more bite. Chameleon line engaged. Rally at coordinates.
Captain Akaran, no signs of life at the Astra Militarum camp. Human life, anyway. Talasa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
Of Majoris.
That one is calling return for no holding back. There will be more foes to overcome, and we will.
I wonder if it took my custom strat into account what I was doing earlier and just like bugged out the spawns here. Because this feels an awful lot like the Majoris debuff.
One of the soldiers around here probably has the codes.
Execute that one. Let them summon aid. Their request for reinforcement has failed. Fresh, no holding back now.
Demolition codes here. Captain, codes retrieved. Proceed to the Promethium refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Alright, let's hope for like a Neurothrow boss.
There is no going back, brothers. Fleeing from sight. The soil no longer trembles at the ravenous presence. Made apart, the Codex demands it. The unseen strike is the surest. You failed at opening.
Must have been the wind.
Failed.
Never seen Promethium before. Hope it burns all the same.
Sanctified maneuvers. Skitter to the grave, Signos. Insurgent rounds. Chameleon line engaged.
You can leave for the prime. Okay. I'm actually convinced. I don't have proof. I'm convinced that this is a Majoris challenge. Okay. It's just bugged over. Cause I was playing a custom strat earlier with Majoris challenge, and maybe those spawns carried over.
Pack a little more bite.
Okay. Whatever.
Keep them off guard. That silenced the Tyranid's vital chitter. The Codex demands it. Conceal the closing. Keep them off guard. Another Xenos atrocity flare. Skitter to the grave.
Holy Majoris Batman, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the custom strats again and just turn off the debuffs. I think it might be carrying over into your absolute operations right now. Cause I haven't seen any fucking Minoris, dude. It's all Sword Warrior hell. Nothing but Have you sold around the latest off yet? Yeah. I did that with the new White Scars Chainsword. I have a video posted for that too.
Infernus pattern melter charge. Impressive. Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crude Prometheum well.
Holy moly.
Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
Unseen strike is the surest. Radiate mode. You failed that hope. Failed.
Time to get to work, machine. Rites of activation have been observed. The generator's harboring the machine god's name. Crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload.
Okay, where's it dropping guys at this time? Oh.
Seen from sight.
Incoming. Generator 2.
Generator 2 is my second favorite generator.
Potential heretical sabotage of Generator 2. Secure immediately.
This galaxy is not good. That swarm of demons. Concealed. Our foes will gain no further forces. Tyranid victors in time. Sanctified maneuver. No one back up. Deny it. Unseen. They stop their call for aid. Let us finish this.
X-axis aligned. I must now start a Generator 3. Does that mean it is close to finished? Biological accumulation on Generator 3. Probable avian infestation.
Lictor fumbled its tactical advantage. Chameleon line engaged. Skitter to the grave, Caesar.
Pew pew.
Reload. Pack a little more bite.
I haven't played Darktide yet. How is it? It's really good.
Chameleon
It's a
line
really good game.
activated.
Where are you going? Where are you walking towards? There's nobody there.
No holding back now.
Swarm moving on Generator 1.
Generator 1, that is my favorite generator.
Alerted Generator 1.
Did they fix the ammo on secondary kill with the Relic Sniper? No, it's intentional. It's not fixed. There's no fix for it. They just... You don't get ammo back from your secondary kills in the Relic Sniper on purpose. Where is he?
Annex your alien into the flag.
He is.
We crush the ravenous brood beneath our boots.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the honest science divine precision. I should have this thing calibrate my scopes. Attention. Crane drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation.
Keep them on guard.
Jam clear. Drive train restored. Begin the course of locomotion patterns.
The long generator portion. Okay. Wow, more Majors. Never would have expected. Alright, we'll take another health partner.
Command, thank me, Emperor. It is done. There is an observation platform overlooking the crew Promethean fields. It will make a good vantage
Okay,
for your
badass.
ambush.
Follow me through. Fresh cartridge. Concealed and closing. Skitter to the grave and feed off. No holding back now. Rearm. Video line engaged. Pack a little more bite. Feeding from sight. Xenos biomass on scope. A Xenos hunter stalks. The Codex demands. Behold, the supremacy of Ultra. Deployed Meltspring. This galaxy is not yours to devour, high beast. Our tyranny marked. Sanctified lords. Today, we slay high justice. We proceed to checkpoint. Rearm.
Right, where's this guy? Hello? Where'd the boss go? Have they still not fixed the bug? Where when you go camp a cloak in this game, it just removes the enemies? What do you do, jump off?
Keep them off guard. You failed at ultra. Failed. Video line engaged.
Okay, cool, I guess.
Borrowed for the last time.
There goes one of my 2 cool boss fights.
No holding back now. Video line cloak activated. That silenced the Tyranid's vile chittering.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. There is one thing I know, Lieutenant. It is how to pin down an enemy. I will hold you to that.
What is going on here?
Unseen strike is the surest. Deployed Melton. Pack a little more bite. This galaxy is not yours to devour. Tell the Tyranid infestation. The Codex demands it. Feeding from sight. Sanctify the ruins. Concealed and closing. Melted. Ready. That silence continues.
I want it all. Yeah, all you do here is
Fresh cartridge.
Look at them all. As if I tried. Not that it would make a dent.
Offense demand. Fail that fortune. Searching round. Chameleon-like cloak activated. Bite. Siege strike is the surest. That is the last of those filthy seeds. That silenced the Tyranid's vile chittering.
I'll say the nice thing about the bolt sniper here is that if you have lictor spawns, or not lictor spawns, zone throw spawns way out in the distance, you can just kill them instantly. That's the most annoying part of this in like an assault class and stuff like that.
We are in position and have eyes on the target, Captain. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done. They're on to us. Time to start picking them off.
We are. Ready, go.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the protected path. Continue holding.
We crush the ravenous brood beneath our feet. Eradicate every last thing.
They have us flanked.
Belgium, ready. Chameleon-like cloak activated. You failed at horse. Fail.
Tyranids on the approach. Winnow them down. Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
One dead zone. Closer to clear.
swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Deploy smelter. This galaxy is not yours. Searching round. Sanctify the rivers.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
Oh, finally.
We will stop their advance cold. Well, Hobbit.
And that is the Heroic Bolt Sniper. Now, against Chaos, you can take this, but I'd probably take a Rogue Instigator to that, or a Bolt Carbine, or Last Fusel, but like, this will work. It's just, you gotta be way more careful with the headshots.
Bioscience down 90% and falling. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract. Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready. Go! Extraction complete. This place is falling apart.
There we go, the 80,000 range damage on us. Jesus.